Hi everybody, welcome to another episode of Eat It Anyway. This is a very special episode because look who's here. Josh is here. We're gonna make special quarantine burgers today. How are we gonna do it?
We're doing them inside and not on a grill outside. I have a cast iron skillet, and what I'm gonna do is steam them while searing them, which makes them delicious and juicy at the same time.
Alright, so avoid your neighbors and make some burgers with us. Alright, so what's the first step?
I don't have pre-made hamburgers, so I want to make them myself.
Even better.
And we have 85-15 ground beef, which is good because it's not too fatty, but it's also not too lean. If your beef is too lean, then it gets dried out easily. So what I want to do is, we have a lot of it though, and we're only cooking for 2, so I want to measure it so that we've got like, I want to say like a 1/3 pound burger each.
Okay.
For 2 of us.
So we're just gonna measure it out, right?
Yeah. Alright, so...
You figuring the math right now?
Yeah. I want 2/3 of a pound of beef in here. Holy shit.
There you go. Alright, so we have our beef measured, and now we're going to add Josh's special ingredient. What do we got? Whoa. What do we got?
I do an egg in here to help hold it together. You don't have to do that, but it helps, and I like to do it.
Okay.
And then I put in whatever seasoning I kind of feel like at that time. The egg also helps keep it moist.
Keep it together?
Keep it together and keep it moist.
Cool.
I put in my egg already, and I'm going to put in some of this McCormick Steakhouse Onion Burger seasoning.
All right, let's see it go in there. So you're pretty generous with that stuff, huh?
Yeah, and it gets all mixed up within the patties. So I'm just going to slosh this all around so that the egg and the seasoning gets distributed evenly.
Okay.
More or less.
So you mix it all together, now what?
So I'm ready to form my patties. So I just divided this in half roughly. You don't have to be exact.
Okay. You're just kind of eyeballing it.
Yeah. So I got a meatball here. I want to form it into a patty. You don't want to be too rough with it. You don't want to pack it too tightly because then the texture of your hamburger is not going to be tender. Just going to kind of pat it into a patty.
Is there any technique or?
Well, one thing I'm going to do here is like kind of put a little thumbprint in the middle of it so that way it cooks throughout better.
Okay.
Throughout the patty. If you have a big like meatball, it's the middle's not going to cook through.
Okay.
And in order to cook it through, then you're going to have to like really burn the outside of it.
So looking good. What kind of toppings are you thinking for these?
I like mayonnaise and a tomato. Oh, this is kind of falling apart.
Let's give it a good squish.
Yeah, I don't want to be too rough with it. All right, so once I put them on my skillet, I'll put them on really gently so that they'll firm up once they start to sear.
Cool. All right, so since we're doing these on the cast iron skillet, is there any particular, I don't know, heat or temperature that you want to cook these at?
You want to get it as hot. You want to get your skillet as hot as possible, and you can see that by when it starts to smoke a little bit. It is starting to smoke a bit. You can test the hotness of your skillet if the heat is starting to come into the handle, which it is now.
Gotcha. Throw a little bit of olive oil on there just to
No,
lube
you
it up?
don't need that because there's already fat in the hamburgers.
All right.
I can see my skillet is smoking, which is good. I'm going to gently pick these up with my spatula.
And make the transfer.
Yeah.
Ooh, listen to that. I love it. Put the top on there?
Yes, I will. So that, all the steam that generates from this searing, it's going to cook the tops as well while the bottom is searing.
Ah, while sealing in all that flavor.
Yeah, flavor and juices while actually not making it, while cooking the whole patty throughout.
Well, no, my favorite part?
Eating it?
That, and it doesn't splatter up, so we don't have to clean our stove.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, so we already have a development with these burgers. What's happening?
So you can see that it's starting to brown on top, and that's a function of the steaming process. You know, we've got we're trapping all this heat with the lid on here.
Yeah.
You can see that the top is browning as well, but you can see that there's still a lot of pink inside, so I'm still gonna let this go. When you can see the fat starting to bubble up, like from at the top, you know that it's time to flip these suckers.
So when you know that there's pink starting to fill in on the top, then it's
Fat. It's going to be brown fat that starts to sort of bubble up on top.
Gotcha. Cool. All right, so while that does that, we're going to get ready for the other ingredients. I'm going to put lettuce, tomato, and onion on mine. So let's chop them up. All right, so I'm just going to grab a leaf of lettuce here. That looks like a good one. Are you having any lettuce? No lettuce for brother. So what I like to do with this lettuce is I just like to break it off the stem. Easy squeezy. All right, so I'm just gonna take my onion. You don't want any onion, right? No. Here's a sliver. Oh gosh. That's kind of a big sliver, but I like onion. And then just a little teensy bit of tomato. You want some tomato, right?
Yes.
Is this enough? What do you think? What do you think? You know the bigger one if you want.
That's fine.
How are the burgers looking, brother?
I think they're ready to flip.
All right. Our sides are prepared.
You can see that the middles have kind of cooked in where it was pink, just 2 minutes or so ago. But you can see that there's fat starting to pool up here, and it's really bubbling on the skillet surface. So I don't know how firm these are, but I want to be kind of careful. Yeah, that's good. Oh, fuck.
Guys, we're gonna eat it anyway. Don't worry, brother. That still fits on the bun. How about it? Very carefully. Don't burn yourself. Gee whiz.
That one was perfect. You can see there's a nice sear on there. I'm gonna try to...
Yeah, you just tap those sides and then it comes together again. I had the same issue with one of my cakes. Remember that?
Yeah.
You know what? That was a delicious cake.
That was pretty good.
So maybe it's a sign. We forgot a very important step. What is it?
So this is when I put my cheese on to melt up. I make it in sort of like what looks like a butter pat, so that
Let me see that.
it melts nicely onto your burger patty, without spilling over too much into the skillet.
Josh has a special recommendation regarding the toppings.
I recommend Duke's Mayo.
Go Dukes.
They're not sponsoring this program, but it just goes to show how much I believe in this product.
Let's see it. Show it off. Ooh, Duke's
I think
mayonnaise.
it's from the South and more readily available down there.
Where'd you get it?
Giant Eagle.
Oh, okay. So it's available here too.
Yeah.
Go Dukes! Gracefully and grandly, right? Is that how you put that on?
What's the line? Gracefully and...
Grandly.
I think it's something different.
No, I think that's it. Alright, let's check these burgers out.
Yeah, the burgers are finished. You can see that the cheese is melted nicely. Not so nicely on that one that I messed up.
I still love it. You can give me that one.
Okay. Well, it firmed up, so that's a good sign.
Sure. Alright, here's a shot of our final products. I think they look pretty good. What do you think, brother?
Really good, yeah.
All right, let's get ready to taste them. Any last words?
Yeah, I forgot to mention that I just used like a normal sharp cheddar, which ended up melting really nicely with the way I did it. American generally is the meltiest of hamburger cheeses, but I like cheddar because it has a better flavor.
Cool. Do you have any other cheese suggestions? What about smoked Gouda?
Yeah, that could be good. Doesn't melt as easily. Colby Jack, Monterey Jack, Pepper Jack is very good too. That can melt nicely as well.
Just depends on the style of burger, I guess,
Whatever,
right?
yeah, whatever you want.
All right, I'm rolling my sleeves up. Putting on my little hat, which is my top bun. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this whole thing in my mouth. All right, ready? Cheers. I like that seasoning. Yeah, that seasoning is very good. It's the, what was that again?
McCormick's Steakhouse Onion. You can see it's cooked throughout, but still juicy.
Cool. All right, guys, well, that's it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video if you liked it. Oh, yeah, and don't forget to try it at home. This is great stuff. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks, Josh.